Did you know? Before time zones were established, North America had over 144 local times. Before time zones, people set noon by the sun. High noon meant different minutes in different towns. Traveling could mean changing your watch dozens of times. That worked, until the railroads. By the 1860s, trains linked hundreds of towns. Timetables turned into chaos. Imagine a Boston to Chicago trip crossing 70 different local times conductors constantly adjusting watches. In 1883, railroad companies decided enough was enough. They created 4 standard zones: Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. On November 18, 1883, the day of 2 noons, clocks were reset across towns to match the new system. Congress made it official in 1918 with the Standard Time Act, and suddenly schedules made sense. From sun-driven chaos to synchronized time, thank the trains next time you're on schedule. Did you know? The color of an eggshell has nothing to do with the egg's nutrition, flavor, or quality. White eggs come from chickens with white feathers and white earlobes. Brown eggs come from chickens with red feathers and red earlobes. Some breeds even lay blue or green eggs, like the Araucana or Americana, thanks to a pigment called biliverdin. These pigments are deposited on the shell in the last few hours before the egg is laid. They don't change the inside at all. Egg nutrition depends on the hen's diet and living conditions, not the shell color. Hens fed omega-3 rich feed lay eggs with more omega-3s. Free-range hens often have more vitamin D in their eggs from sunlight exposure. But a brown egg from a well-fed hen and a white egg from a well-fed hen, nutritionally identical. Brown eggs are often more expensive, but that's only because the breeds that lay them are larger and eat more feed, not it's better for you. Did you know? Children grow faster in the spring. Kids tend to grow a tad faster in spring and early summer. Think millimeters more per month. Not overnight miracles. Multiple studies tracked height over time, and they saw the same pattern. Growth peaks in spring, and slows in fall and winter. A few friendly factors team up. More daylight means more vitamin D from the sun. Vitamin D helps the body absorb calcium for bone growth. Longer, sunnier days lift mood and appetite. Kids move more and eat better, that fuels growth. There are also subtle hormonal shifts and circadian shifts. Growth hormone seems to nudge higher in spring. Did you know? There are firefighters in Antarctica. Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth, but fire is one of its biggest threats. The air is bone dry and buildings are full of fuel, oxygen tanks, and humming electronics, and there's no rain to help. So a blaze can go from 0 to dangerous in minutes. That's why fire protection is critical at every major base. Smaller stations often rely on volunteer firefighters, scientists, and staff. They use special foam because water hoses can freeze, winterize trucks for 50 degrees C, and battle icing on breathing gear. Antarctic firefighters are part scientist, part superhero, keeping research alive where retreat isn't an option. Did you know? The Celsius scale was originally backward. In 1742, Swedish astronomer Anders Celsius created a temperature scale, except he did it the opposite way. On his thermometer, 0 degrees was the boiling point of water, 100 degrees was the freezing point. So, higher numbers meant colder temperatures. Celsius had reasons. He was studying water for astronomy and barometry. He liked the way temperatures rose as water froze, but most people found it counterintuitive. After Celsius died in 1744, fellow Swede Carl Linnaeus flipped the scale. He was the same guy who named plants and animals. He made 0-degree freezing and 100-degree boiling. That became the setup we use today. For a long time, folks called it the centigrade scale. 100 steps between freezing and boiling, until 1948, when it was officially renamed Celsius to honor Anders. Did you know? It's possible to trademark a smell. Trademarks usually protect names or logos, but the law also allows non-traditional marks, sounds, colors, and even scents, if the scent uniquely identifies the brand. For example, bubblegum scent for sandals, trademarked. Play-Doh? Trademarked too. Vanilla-ish, slightly musky with cherry overtones. In 1990, a floral scent for sewing thread was registered. Fresh-cut grass for tennis balls also registered. But don't rush to trademark your coffee aroma. Natural or functional smells usually can't be protected. It's rare because you must describe the scent clearly, prove it's distinctive, and show it identifies the brand. So yes, you can own a smell, but only if it truly smells like your brand. Did you know? People used to clean their hands with coffee. But was it a hygiene habit? Not really. Coffee grounds have been used as a practical scrub and deodorizer since coffee went mainstream in the 17th-18th centuries. The grounds are coarse and abrasive, so they work great at scrubbing away grease, garlic, fish, and onions. Craftspeople and home cooks would rub grounds into grimy hands or clean surfaces, and even today some soaps and scrubs add coffee for exfoliation and odor control. Before modern soap, people used ash, sand, vinegar, lemon, and stale bread to clean up. Coffee was just another handy hack once it was available. Bonus fact: if your hands smell like garlic, coffee grounds actually work. Did you know? You don't sleep well in an unfamiliar place. When you sleep somewhere new, a hotel, a buddy's couch, or even a tent, your brain doesn't fully relax. Scientists call this the first night effect. One hemisphere stays a little more awake, like a night watch, so you sleep lighter and wake up easier. Brown University scans show left side more active the first night, reducing deep, slow-wave sleep. Why? Evolution. In the wild, unfamiliar places could mean danger, so the brain keeps half of you alert while the other half sleeps. The good news: by night, your brain usually trusts the place more and sleep deepens. So next time you toss and turn at an Airbnb, don't fight it. Thank your inner guard for trying to keep you alive. Sweet, slightly guarded dreams. Did you know, human hair is limited to a handful of colors because of melanin? Your hair color is set by melanocytes. They mix two pigments, eumelanin and pheomelanin. Lots of eumelanin mean black hair, moderate eumelanin mean brown hair, very little eumelanin plus some pheomelanin mean blonde, and mostly pheomelanin with little eumelanin mean red hair. When melanocytes slow or stop making melanin, hair goes gray or white. Humans can't be blue or green naturally. We lack microscopic structures called structural coloration. Those structures make some birds shimmer blue. They also make insects shimmer green, tiny pigments, huge variety, nature's simple chemistry at work. Did you know? Historically, women were the world's first beer brewers. Beer is one of the oldest prepared beverages, dating back at least 5,000, 7,000 years. Brewing was considered a domestic craft, part of preparing food and drink for the family, and that was women's domain. Women made beer using bread, grains, and herbs, often as offerings to gods, or for community gatherings. Archaeological evidence shows that most brewers depicted in tomb art were women. Later, in medieval Europe, alewives, or brewsters, female brewers, made and sold beer locally. Around the 14th, 16th centuries, brewing shifted from a domestic craft to a commercial industry. Men began taking over as brewing became more profitable. Guilds and monasteries, run by men, gained control of production. The image of female brewers even got tied to witch stereotypes: tall hats, cauldrons, and cats. Did you know? The speed of a computer mouse is measured in mickeys. A mickey is the tiniest step a mouse sensor can detect, roughly 1/200th of an inch, about 0.127 millimeters. Think of it like the mouse's baby footsteps. Mouse speed is often shown as mickeys per second. How many of those tiny steps the sensor picks up every second? So if your mouse reports 500 mickeys per second, it's seeing 500 microsteps each second. Fun fact: the name comes from Mickey Mouse, a running joke among engineers in the 1980s that stuck and even popped up in old drivers. Modern gaming mice count thousands of mickeys per second, which is why they feel so precise. Informal, nerdy, and totally real. The humble Mickey. Did you know? Watching a scary movie can burn as many calories as a 30-minute walk. A 2012 University of Westminster study measured heart rate, oxygen, and CO2 output while people watched horror films. Result: a 90-minute horror could burn about 113 calories on average. Roughly the same as a 30-minute brisk walk for some viewers. The biggest calorie culprit? The Shining. About 184 calories in their test. Why? Fear triggers fight or flight. Heart rate, breathing, adrenaline rises, and metabolism speed up. And you burn a bit more energy. But it's not a workout plan. If you don't jump at scares, you'll burn less. So enjoy the thrills, but don't cancel the gym. Did you know? Around 1% of the population can see time. It's called time-space synesthesia, where days, months, and years appear as visual forms arranged around you. People say, months form a circle around me. Weekdays move on a ribbon that wraps my body. Or, the past is to my left, the future is to my right. It's not imagination, it's how the brain naturally represents abstract time. Why? Extra cross-connections between vision, timing, and spatial regions show up in brain scans. It's rare, about 1 in 100, and many don't realize it's unusual. They often remember dates brilliantly, filing events along that inner timeline. So next time you forget an anniversary, remember, some people actually stroll through it. Did you know, treatments that are now considered cruel or detrimental were used in ancient medicine was because of placebo effects? Ancient treatments like bloodletting, trepanation, leeches and potions often did more harm than good, yet they sometimes seem to help. That's where the placebo effect sneaks in. When people truly believe a ritual or cure will heal them, their brain can release endorphins, dopamine, even tweak stress hormones, and pain drops, mood lifts, immune responses change. So a drained patient might feel lighter, or someone with headaches might report relief after a skull perforation, not because the drill was magic, but because the mind and body reacted. Ancient healers observed real recoveries, just misread the cause. Belief made the medicine feel real. Science explains the weird. Humanity keeps the stories. Ancient doctors did brutal stuff and people still swore it worked. That's where the placebo effect sneaks in. Like and subscribe for more fun facts.